Welcome, folks, to a date that echoes through the halls of history, June 13th. From the birth of nations to the fall of empires, June 13th has seen it all. Before we dive in, make sure you hit that like button and subscribe for more deep dives into the past. On June 13th, 1774, the colony of Rhode Island took a bold step against slavery. They banned the importation of slaves into the colony. This wasn't just symbolic, it was a powerful statement that reverberated throughout the colonies, a sentiment that would eventually ignite the fires of revolution. We journey back to June 13th, 1731, to the birth of Martha Dandridge Custis, later known as Martha Washington. She would become the First Lady. Born into Virginian aristocracy, Martha's life was a tapestry woven with threads of privilege, tragedy, resilience, and historical significance. Her story, much like the nation she helped build, is a testament to the enduring power of the human spirit. On this day, June 13, 1937, a meeting in Berlin between Kong Xiangxi, Premier of the Republic of China, and German dictator Adolf Hitler sent shockwaves through the corridors of power. This wasn't just a diplomatic handshake, it was a strategic maneuver by China to secure support against Japan. The implications of this meeting would ripple far beyond China, shaping the geopolitical landscape of a world on the brink of global conflict. On June 13, 1941, about a week before Germany's invasion of the USSR, Nazi propaganda minister Joseph Goebbels has an article published in a German newspaper that made it seem Germany was about to invade Britain. It was done to distract from the imminent invasion of the USSR. To further deceive the Soviets, the German police confiscated most of that day's newspaper. We're rewinding back to June 13, 1920, when the United States Postal Service was grappling with a peculiar problem, people mailing their children. Yes, you heard that right. On June 13, 1920, the USPS officially put an end to this bizarre practice. It was a short-lived, utterly bizarre era in postal history. The year is 1944. The tide of World War II is turning, but the skies over London are about to be filled with a new kind of terror. June 13th marks the beginning of the V-1 rocket attacks, a terrifying new chapter in the Nazi war machine's campaign against Britain. A total of 9,521 V-1 rockets were fired against southeast England. At the peak, over 100 V-1 rockets were launched a day. On this day, President Lyndon B. Johnson nominates Thurgood Marshall to the Supreme Court, shattering racial barriers. Thurgood Marshall, a legal giant and champion of justice, was about to become the first African American to sit on the highest court in the land. His nomination was a watershed moment in the fight for equality. June 13, 1940. With the German army at the gates of Paris, the French government, faced with the imminent threat of Nazi occupation, evacuates the capital to Bordeaux. The Germans launched their major offensive beginning on Paris on June 9th. France would surrender to the Nazis on June 22nd. We turn our attention to June 13, 2000, when North and South Korea met for the first ever Inter-Korea Summit. This wasn't just a handshake, it was a seismic event in the history of the Korean Peninsula. The world watched as Kim Dae-jung and Kim Jong-il sat down together, hoping to forge a new path forward. So there you have it, folks, a glimpse into the kaleidoscope of history, all refracted through the lens of June 13th. From the slave trade to events of World War II, June 13th has borne witness to it all.